Dear friends, welcome to Time with Thebsian. Today's episode is on regulations of medical devices in India. You people need no introduction to medical devices, as I have discussed with you what is a medical device, what are the different classification of medical devices in India, and what are the different classification of medical devices in the United States. So, in the case of India, no distinct classification is available. But analyzing the situation, one can make a classification, but that is all. The class 1 may include medical devices that do not bring any harm. It's a common feature. Second one is the notified medical devices. So notified medical devices means notified by the central government. That is notified by Drug Control of India. And these medical devices, if you want to manufacture, you have to get a registration plus approval. If you want to import medical devices that are notified in India, you can import them with the Indian regulations for import of any item. There is no specific thing for medical devices. We all know why we need medical devices. Medical devices are very important units at present day, so that people can survive or extend their life in a healthy way by using medical devices. If a heart patient, by using medical devices, can strengthen his heart, he can get a heart valve to replace his deceased heart valve. He can get a left ventricular device, assisted device, so that his ventricular function can be managed. He can get a aortic valve. He can dissect an aneurysm and repair it with Dacron clothes. When arteries constrict or when the urethra is blocked, you can use a stent to save the blocks and get a patent urethra or a patent artery in the heart or any place in the body. So, medical devices has an important place in our life. The injection needle, intravenous injection needle, is very important. It's a medical device, and diabetic patients cannot survive without a needle. Any patient has to get an IV so that medicines can be administered, or life strength medicines or sodium chloride can be administered. Blood bag, urine bag, all these are medical devices. So, medical device has become part and parcel of our life system. or lifestyle. Central Drug Standard Control Organization is the main unit for controlling the regulations on medical devices in India. And this unit is under the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, and it comes under the Director, Drug Controller of India. The Drug Controller of India is responsible for approving the sale of drug, ascertaining the quality of drug, ascertaining the scrutiny of spurious drugs. Likewise, he is in charge of the medical devices also. They conduct inspections at various levels, and in every state there is a drug controller office, and they are entrusted with the regulation of drugs as well as medical devices. I told you earlier there is no specific classification of medical devices existing in India. Earlier I also mentioned that devices are notified. Notified devices cannot be manufactured and sold without registration with Drug Controller of India. There are 22 medical devices notified by the Drug Controller of India, and the major devices included in this list is heart valve and stent. Majority of the devices are related to IV sets, needles, immunologicals, vaccines, etc. If you want to produce something, you have to apply for a no objection certificate from the Drug Controller of India for manufacturing a product, and if you get a no objection certificate after proper investigation of your application, proper scrutiny of your application, you get sanctioned to manufacture your drug or medical devices. You can import any medical devices to India under the ordinary regulation of import procedures and duty remittance. Suppose you are importing any medical devices that are notified in India, then you have to apply for special sanction and no objection from the Drug Controller of India. Indian Medical Device Regulatory Act was formed for regulating medical devices, and it contains a nominee of central government, then a eminent jury, and 2 eminent physicians and 2 eminent technologists in this committee. This committee should ascertain that the medical devices should not pose any problem to the health of the citizen. Design and manufacture devices must conform to the quality standards produced, given as a requirement by the IMRDA, and long and short-term safety should be the prime requirement. And this committee can supervise the use of medical devices, the hazards that arise from medical devices, and organize a surveillance system and provide enough input for enforcement of medical device regulation. IMRDA is given the responsibility of managing the production of medical device, managing supervision of the import of medical devices, assessing the use and proficiency of medical devices, work on assessing the hazard reports, recalls of the hazard producing devices, time to time change or control of regulations related to medical device manufacture, control and testing, and majority wise, and the primary aim is to assure safety of a medical device. And in the case of devices, we have in the earlier episodes, I have mentioned about the various devices that are notified. I told you, majority of them are about needles, catheters, IV sets, hypodermic needles, heart valve, stents, immunoglobulins, then HIV test kits, etc., etc. So, friends, we will conclude here. So, our regulatory system, we can understand that it is under formation, it is getting into a shape, because unlike a car industry or space industry, medical device industry is self-regulated. Self-regulated. Because each manufacturer would like his device to perform well in competition with the corresponding device manufactured by another company. This, even though it applies to all other industries, in the medical device industry, it pertains to the question of life, smooth life, and death. Here, if medical device becomes faulty, it leads to death. If a carburetor of a car is found to be defective, the car can be recalled and replaced with a suitable new carburetor. But here it is not like that. If a heart valve is found faulty, the patient will die. And only the death of so many patients and the autopsies of so many such deaths only will lead to find out the cause, what happened to the heart valve. of that particular series. So here the major input for safety comes from the manufacturer. The recent example is the LAVD or left ventricular assisted device that was manufactured by a very good company, US company. But during the last 2 years, many patients were getting affected because of they stopped the production of that company, that product. But you can see as soon as that particular company A stopped the production, company B came out with a replacement, saying that this product will not have any more problems. Now, in the market, LAVD produced by Abbott is selling. So, the production, the follow-up, the observation for continual quality management and recall is conducted by the company itself, not by FDA or somebody. Because FDA cannot go on controlling or go on checking quality. Because about 2 million products are there. But a private company producing medical devices may be producing only maybe 1, 2 or 5, maximum 5 number of devices, and they will be able to control the quality and analysis of records of their devices, then follow assessment and retesting in the laboratory, redoing the preclinical studies, doing the clinical studies. So, these things are still to be developed in India. India has a long way to go in the control and regulation of medical devices. And in India can go forward only if we, the public, understands what is a medical device is, what is the real function of a medical device, and whether the medical device is functioning properly. And if the medical device is not functioning properly, they have to understand that they have to report it to the clinician, they have to report it to the company, they have to report it to the Drug Control of India. And the Drug Control of India should have eminent officers who will take the complaint in a very serious manner and follow it up so that the citizens will develop trust and the Indian scenery of medical device development will continue to go forward. So dear friends, let us conclude here. Thank you very much for attending the Time with Thebsian episodes. Send me the comments, send your questions. Any questions, not only related to this particular video or any other video, you can ask me any questions on medical devices. Or if you want to select a medical device for yourself or somebody, you can talk to me or write to me. I will positively send you a reply and my expert opinion, and if I am unable to reply you, I will refer you to another person who will be able to reply you positively. So thank you very much for watching this episode. Wishing a good week ahead and hope to see you next week this time. Kindly, after watching the video, like and share this video so that I will be encouraged to go forward. Thank you very much.